Hi, it's Talking Walls Photography, and we're back with a new adventure for you. So today we're in the Greater Toronto area. We're taking a look at a mansion that is said to be a mafia boss mansion, owned by a member of the mafia, actually a boss in the mafia.
A bullshit? A bullshit? A bullshit? A bullshit?
So here's a little bit of fact checking for you. The house was built in 1981. The first owner was a man named Joe Clements. Joe was a construction worker. He was a hard-working man. He had a family, but he was not a member of the mafia. And he lived in the house until 1996, when it was sold for $420,000. And the next family lived there till 2008. And they only stayed there for a year. It was put back on the market in 2009. And the last family lived there until 2016. The last family to live there was a couple named Joe and Bertha. Joe is still alive. I think his wife is too. And Joe is a environmentalist. He does bird watching. He cleans creeks and picks up garbage in his community. Very well-respected man in the area. And he was not a member of the mafia either. So we're inside the house. I'm inside the house. There's no we. I'm inside the house. We are taking a look towards the front of the house. The staircase is probably the best part of the house. Nice wooden staircase. And we're going to make our way upstairs and show you the bedrooms. The bedrooms are this horrible blue color. There's nice hardwood flooring, but given the age of the rooms, they're very outdated. There's nothing modern about them. The closet doors are old. The paint is just yucky. There's mold on the walls. You can see that we have the old intercom system, which was common in houses from the 1980s, so that people could communicate to other rooms in the house. I did not have a respirator on this day, but I'm hoping that the mold was not airborne, but rather stuck on the walls. And then at the front of the house, we have a porch. And I'm just going to test my weight as I make my way across the floor into the second bedroom. This room also is outdated. It's got the old intercom system, more mold on the walls. There's an alarm panel. Again, there's nothing particularly extravagant about this house. It's old. And we're going to make our way downstairs. So having been purchased for $2.36 million, yeah, it's pretty safe to say that this house is coming down. It's not going to be fixed up. It's just, if you're putting $2 million into the property alone, you're not going to keep this. Very, very old. Now I'm going to make my way down into the basement. It's rather hot down there. It's humid, like most basements are. Probably not the best air to be breathing in. And we're in the rec room. We've got mold growth on the walls. It looks like someone was maybe using the basement as a hangout. Beer cans are on the mantle. We've got an interesting glass panel, which you wouldn't find in a modern house today. A yucky yellow old paint job. And then we have a bathroom tucked in the back. Most likely this was used as a separate living space. There's a separate entrance that leads into the downstairs that you can access from the outside, so I'm just going to surmise that someone lived here. Maybe it was rented out, maybe it was an in-law, I don't know. And now we're going to make our way back upstairs. So you might be wondering, why is this house being referred to as a mafia boss or mob boss mansion? Well, the truth is that when people find these houses, they put them on YouTube and they want people to watch the video. If you put moldy Toronto house, you're probably not going to be enticed to click the video. I found a mafia boss mansion. People are going to click it and say, whoa, is this what a mafia boss house looks like? Well, I'll tell you, in my history of, let's see, I think we're up to 12 mafia boss mansions now in Ontario. I had no idea that we had that many crime families, and I'm being sarcastic. No, none of them come back to a mafia boss. None. They're all hardworking families, and it's just people who basically want clicks over integrity. Now, here's a notice on the door. It's about the weeds that need to be taken care of. Forget about the house sitting there with mold. The weeds have to be taken care of. I guess because in this upscale part of Toronto, you don't want to have an unsightly house, right? And we're going to make our way around to the back of the house. Here's what the front looks like. You can see the address there. I'm not going to bother to hide the address. If you're smart, if you know what you're doing, you can find it. It's not hard. I've already given you the tools necessary in several videos to find these places. Type in the address, type in the word developer, development application, rezoning request, that sort of thing. And most likely it'll pop up. That's how people find these houses. And that's the entrance right there to the left for the basement suite. The garage is kind of an interesting mess. You'd have to squeeze your car down the driveway to get to the garage. It's not very practical. I did try the door. It didn't open. I did not try the garage doors. And then if you look at the house, the bottom right, you can see that the window has been broken. That's most likely how entry was gained by an explorer. It always starts somewhere, and usually it starts with someone actually physically breaking in to open the door to let other people in. I did not go through the window. I went through the front door. I do not break and enter. Well, this is Talking Walls Photography, saying take care, be kind to one another, and for the love of God, don't believe everything you read on YouTube.